I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be getting shot down for your second date. Well, when you call for your second date, it's a good indicator of how well you did on your first date. If she's really open to seeing you again and you did everything right, she should be a little more excited to see you than she was last time. But if she's not, and she's kind of difficult about setting something up, or she's unavailable, then you know that you probably fucked things up, or she just really is not that into you. And at the end of the day, you want to be spending your time with girls who really like you, who are really into you, who are actually trying to win you as well, who are actually trying to successfully catch you. Because you don't want to be dating girls that have a low level of attraction or interest for you, because you're going to have to work so much harder in the relationship to get her to fall for you. Now, it can definitely be done, but it's going to take a lot more time, and it's going to be a lot harder. And when you date enough women, you go out on enough dates with enough different women, you start to see the difference between ones who really dig you and ones who are kind of mediocre and lukewarm. And at the end of the day, women who really like you a lot to start out with, or who you've successfully raised their interest up because you gave them a great first date, they're going to be a lot more fun to go on a date with. And so what'll happen is you're just get to the point where you say, like, I'm going to go out with a chick and she's not really that excited to see me. I'm going to fucking catch. I want a girl that's really happy that I called. I want a girl that's grateful, that's appreciated that I called, that says, you know what, you're a pretty awesome guy. You're really fascinating. You're interesting. That's what you want. So I got an email here from a guy who went out on a first date, and he had a little difficulty trying to set up a second date. And so he says, hey man, I need some advice. 10 days ago, I went out with this girl. She texted me the same night and said she had a good time. We went out on a Sunday, and I texted her Tuesday to set up another date for Saturday. She said she had a dinner party for work and said we would work something out. I asked her about Sunday. So he says, I asked her about Sunday, and she said she was going to see her best friend's 6-week-old baby. She said she overcommitted herself that week and said that it wasn't like her. That's kind of one of those bullshit explanations that make you go, that doesn't sound right. So it's kind of in a way she's like not really that excited to see you again, and you gotta pay attention to those things. So he says I texted her Saturday to see how things were going. She always seems glad to hear from me, but never initiates contact. So here's where you fucked up. So let's back up a little bit. When she said we would work something out, what you should have said was, well, when are you free to get together? When are you open? Either next weekend or during the following week, during a day during the week or something. That's what I would have asked her at that point if I had done what you had gone about it. So instead of asking for a specific day, you just say, hey, I want to see you again. When are you free to get together? ? And just let her tell you what days she's available, as opposed to trying to pick a specific day or a specific time, because when she's unavailable, but if she really liked you and she really wanted to see you, she would have said, hey, I can't do it Saturday. I'm jammed up all weekend, but what about during the week sometime, say Tuesday or Wednesday? The more she likes you, the more she's going to try to get together with you. But if she's really not that into it, she really could care less or take it or leave it, then she's going to give you the kind of response that she gave you. So he says, let's see here, let's back up a little bit. He says, and so that's how I would have handled that. But the thing is, you got to be cognizant and aware of the fact that she doesn't really sound like she's too enthusiastic, and she's really not willing to go too much out of her way to see you again, and you got to look at that. But a girl who really liked you, she would have been glad that you would call. Then she would either have said, well, I can cancel something. And so he says, he says like Saturday. So he says, I texted her Saturday to see how things were going, and you're fucking up there. You're waiting on her. You put your personal life on hold, and you wait till a Saturday, because a guy who's successful with women, he ain't going to wait around for something like that. He'll just say, hey, well, let's do it some other time. And see how she responds to that. Because when you just say, well, let's just do it some other time then, and you don't offer any other particular day, what'll happen is if she just says, okay, yeah, that sounds great, then that means that she's really not that into seeing you. But when you say, well, let's just do it some other time, but she really wanted to see you, she'll just say, well, I can't do it this weekend, but how about Tuesday next week, or how about Wednesday? It's really important to notice those things, because that communicates how excited or how enthusiastic or how unenthusiastic she is to see you. And so you got to question, do I really want to go out with this girl, spend time with her and spend money on her, going someplace, buying her drinks or whatever, or taking her to a nice place for dinner, and she's really not that excited to see me? I think not. So I can tell, obviously, you're new to this stuff. So he says, I don't think I'm going to contact her again before she contacts me, or do you think I need to try to set up another date? And I would say just the semantics of the way you went about it, you just kind of fucked up. And it also communicates that she's really not that into seeing you. She's not really that super excited. She's not going to go out of her way to see you, let's put it that way. She's not going to cancel plans with her friends or blow off her friends to see you. So it just communicates that her interest is very low, and if it's maybe in the 50% range, and so you're kind of like borderline, don't really have a chance with her, she's not really that into you kind of thing. So I'd wait 2 weeks and then text her or call her and just say, hey, I wanted to get together for when are you free to meet up? ? And just send that. Let her respond, and then pick a date that she's available. And if she's still lukewarm and cold and gives you the same kind of, I'm kind of jammed up this week, I'm not really sure, then just say, hey, well, give me a call when you figure out your schedule, and then just walk away. And if you never hear from her, it just means that she's really not that into you. And maybe it's because you fucked up, or maybe you made a date and went out with a girl who really wasn't into you to begin with. So you got. I would say you need to review my book a little bit more, and you need to learn this stuff a little bit more, because you probably made a few mistakes on the date that you went out with her, and you may have gone out with a girl that you really didn't have a chance with, because there are women that will go out with you because it's better than sitting at home doing nothing. So if you have a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which is going to be the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max detailing your questions, your situation, your challenges. And you just got to give me several days to get back to you with a response, because I get a lot of email from the internet, and I also get a lot of it from my paying phone coaching customers. But be patient, and I will get back to you. And if you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. And you can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which is going to be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, go to my website, and underneath the email sign-up box will be another box that will have a link that will take you to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. You don't have to have a Kindle device to read my ebook. All you have to do is, once you get to the download page on Amazon, on the right-hand side, there'll be a button that will open up a window where you can download one of their free e-reader apps for your Android smartphone or tablet, your iPad, your iPhone, your Mac, your PC. So once you download whatever app that's appropriate for your device, it takes a matter of seconds to download and install it. And then after that, it only takes a few more seconds to download and install my book, and you'll be reading it in no time. And I will talk to you soon.